ॐ वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च let us read from the beginning. तूलावधारणेन एव
मूलावधारणं
वृक्षस्य क्रियते लोके यथा एवं संसारकार्यवृक्ष अवधारणेन तन्मूलस्य ब्रह्मणः स्वरूप अवधिधारयिषा इयं षष्ठी आरभ्यते। ऊर्ध्वमूलो वाक्शाखः येषोऽश्वत्थः सनातनः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्म तदेवामृतमुच्यते। तस्मिन् लोकाः श्रुताः सर्वे तदुनात्येति कश्चन
तदुनात्येति कश्चन.
You know, this Jagat is compared to a Ashwatha Vriksha. The Bhashikara, you get into imagination, various visualization, the parts of the Ashwatha Vriksha, the branches, the roots, the offshoots, the secondary roots, the flowers, leaves, etc. Everything is comparing to the Jagat, the parts of the Jagat. Like the beings and the Sukshma Sharira of the beings and the karma of karma and the karma pala, etc. So he describes adding his poetical imagination. But the mantra says only this much, that is this Ashwatha, this Jagat is like a Ashwatha Vriksha. And the Vriksha as its Mula, that is its Adhara, Adhisthana, above, that is Brahma is above, it is the Karanam. And Jagat is the Karyam. So this Jagat is dependent on the Karana Brahma. Jagat means not only this world, all the worlds, Sapta, the 14 lokas. So therefore, Tasmin Lokaha, Sitaha, Ashritaha, dependent. All the lokas are based on that Moolam, and the Moolam is above. Above means not physically above, it is the Adhisthana. That is what the above is. It is not a directional above. It is not directional above. It is the Adhisthana. It is the Adhara. It is a base. It is the Karana. So Urdhva means it is Moolam. That is a Bhashikara. Urdhva Moolam. Urdhva means Karana. It is a Karanam. So into the Karanam, this Srishta Jagat, all the lokas are dependent. There's nothing other than Brahma, nothing above other than Brahma. There is nothing, that is Brahma doesn't have the cause. Brahma is a cause, the Karanam of the Jagat, and there is no cause for Brahma. So the causeless Brahma is the cause for this Jagat. That is the meaning of this mantra. And we have read the Bhashyam. I think 2 paragraphs, or maybe the 2 paragraphs, I think. Now in second paragraph here, just we will read quickly. Urdhvamulaha.
Urdhvamulaha.
Urdhvam moolam yat.
Urdhvam moolam yat.
Tad Vishnoho paramam.
Tad Vishnoho paramam.
Padam. Asya iti. Soyam. Avyaktadi stavarantaha. Samsara vrikshaha urdhvamulaha.
Samsara vrikshaha urdhvamulaha.
Vrikshascha vrashchanat.
Vrikshascha vrashchanat.
Janma jara marana shokadi.
Janma jara marana shokadi.
Aneka anarthatmakaha.
Aneka anarthatmakaha.
Pratikshanam anyatha svabhavaha.
Pratikshanam anyatha svabhavaha.
Maya marichi.
Maya marichi.
Udaka.
Udaka,
Gandharvanagara,
Gandharvanagara,
Gandharvanagaradi,
Gandharvanagarati,
Gandharvanagaradivat,
Gandharvanagaradivat,
Maya Marichi Udaka, Gandharvanagaradivat,
Maya Marichi Udaka Gandharvanagaradivat,
Ishta Nashta Swarupatvat,
Drishta Nashta Swarupatvat,
Avasanecha,
Avasane cha,
Rukshavat Abhavatmakaha,
Vrikshavat Abhavatmakaha,
Kadali Stambhavat,
Kadali
Nissaraha,
Nisaraha,
Anekashata Pakhanda,
Aneka Shatapakanda,
Buddhi Vikalpa Aspadaha,
Buddhi Vikalpa Aspadaha,
Tattva Jignasubhigi,
Tattva Jignasubihi,
Anirdharita, Anirdharitedham Tattvaha,
Anirdharitetam Tattvata,
Vedanta Nirdharita Parabrahma Moola Saraha.
Vedanta Nirdharita Parabrahma Mula Saraha.
All these things we have seen. I think you understand the Moolam, Urdhvam, and it is called Vriksha. Why? Because it can be felled, it can be cut, subject to destruction, and it is characterized by Janma, Marana, Shokadi, Aneka, Anartha. All the Anartha. Anartha is problem. And Pratikshanam Anyata Swabhavaha. It keeps on changing, not the same. And it is like the Maya Marichi, the mirage water, or Gandharva Nagara. Like that, Drishta Nashta Surupatva. That which seen, it gets destroyed. So, Avasanecha, at the end also, it becomes totally Abhava, disappears. And Kadali Stambhavat, like a Kadali plantain tree, it is Nissaraha. And Aneka Shatavakanda Buddhi Vikalpa Aspada, subject to various speculations by the people who have got the various notions, the confused people, the confused minds, Aneka Buddhi. So they try to understand, and therefore this samsara vriksha subject to various contention by the people whose minds are confused with various philosophies. And it is tattva jignasu, even by the tattva jignasu. Tattva jignasu is not here. The jignasu doesn't mean the Vedantin here. That is tattva jignasu bihi, who are committed to knowing the truth. For them also it is difficult. Anirdharitam. They cannot clearly ascertain the samsara vriksha, the root of the samsara vriksha. Vedanta Nirdharita Parabrahma Moola Saraha, Ashakara mentions that. It is Nirdharitam, it is ascertained by Vedanta. So Parabrahma is a Moola, Parabrahma is a root, and it is a Saraha, essence, iti, by Vedanta it is Nirdharitam, ascertained. Continuing. Avidya Kama Karma,
Avidya Kama Karma,
Avyakta Bija Prabhavaha.
Avyakta Bija Prabhava.
So the samsara vriksha must have a bija, must have the source. So what is that source? That the bija, the seed, is in the form of avyakta. Avyakta is Maya. So avidya, maya, when we say avidya, kama, karma. As this avidya, the maya is presented as consisting of these three factors: avidya, kama, karma. Avidya here it is with avarana shakti, adhyasa. That's called avidya. Atasmin tad buddhi. This adhyasa, this kartrutva, bhoktrutva, the buddhi, that is adhyasa. Seeing a thing and taking it as something else. So this Atma, the Chaitanyam, it cannot be Karta, but it is taken to be Karta. Agam Atma, Brahma, is taken to be Anatma. Only Anatma, Atma cannot be Karta. Swarupam of Atma doesn't have Kartrutva. But with Anatma Buddhi with Anatma Buddhi, it becomes as a Jiva. Jiva as the Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva. That is called Adhyasa. This Satchit Ananda Swarupa Atma is considered to be a Karta, considered to be a Bhokta. A sense of limitation is brought in by this Adhyasa. And therefore Kama is the desire, and therefore Karma. Karma is the, therefore Karma Phala will be the Papa Punya. That is the Bija, the seed. So lot of karmas of various jivas are there. Therefore, samsara vriksha grows well and well, more and more. Iti. Apara Brahma, Vijnana Kriya Shakti,
Vijnana Kriya Shakti,
Dvayatmaka,
Dvayatmaka,
Hiranya Garbha Ankuraha.
Hiranyagarbha Ankuraha.
Vashakara compares that Ankura. Ankura is compared to the Ankura is sprout. The vriksha, before becoming a vriksha, it must have been a sprout. So when it was the sprout stage, then it is compared to Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is from which only this Virat Brahma, the Virat, the Stula Srishti has come. Hiranyagarbha is Sukshma Prapancha. It is Aparam Brahma. That Aparam Brahma, that's why Aparam Brahma Bhashyakara uses. Apara Brahma. It is not Shuddha Brahma, it is Apara Brahma. Para Brahma is Brahma, which is Nirgunam Brahma, Para Brahma. The Brahma, when it becomes a Maya, when it is engaged, as though engaged in Srishti, then it becomes Apara Brahma, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara Hiranyagarbha, and Virat. This Aparam Brahma, that is Hiranyagarbha, is compared to a sprout, and it is endowed with twofold Shakti. What Shakti? Hiranyagarbha has got Kriya Shakti, and it is Sarvajna, therefore knowledge. Kriya, we say, even if you remember in Mundakopanishad also, that Prana Adimat, Hiranyagarbha is endowed with Prana. Sukshma Sharira, when we say, whether it is Sukshma Sharira of the individual or the Sukshma Sharira of the total, as one of the Saptadasha Kalabhihi, we have seen Sukshma Shariram definition. It has got Prana, Pancha Pranaha, Pancha Pranadayaha, Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayaha. So Prana is a part of the Sukshma Sharira. So with regard to the total also, Prana is there. Therefore, it stands for Shakti, the power. So therefore, Shakti Dvayatmakaha, endowed with twofold Shakti. One is Kriya Shakti, other one is Vijnana Shakti, it is knowledge. So the Shakti of Jnanam and Shakti of Kriya. So from the Avyakta Maya, that is the Bija, this Hiranyagarbha sprout has come. From this Hiranyagarbha sprout, this Virat Vriksha, Samsara Vriksha comes. So Bhashyakara compares at every stage of the Vriksha with this Parabrahma iti, not Parabrahma. Parabrahma is a Moolam. Moolam is It is urdhvam. Then continuing the next line. Sarva prani linga beda skandha.
Sarva prani linga
Sarvapranilingabheda
skandha.
skandha.
Linga is the sukshma shariram. Linga shariram, when we say linga shariram is sukshma shariram. Sukshma shariram sarva prani sarvesham praninam. That linga shariram. Veda is many varieties. Many beings are there. Many living beings are there. Therefore, they have got individual sukshma shariram, and the collective, the sukshma shariram of all the beings is compared to the skandha. Skandha is the trunk of this ashwatha, this vriksha, samsara vriksha. Then how does it grow? How does the vriksha needs water? What is the water for this vriksha? The next line, Bhashyakara says, Trishna jala,
Krishna jala.
avaseka,
Avaseka.
udbhuta dharpaha.
Udbhuta
Udbhuta-darpaha.
Trishna jala. Jala is the Jala. Trishna jala. Trishna is the longing, the desires. Asha. Another word for kama. And the Trishna are many varieties of desires are there. They are compared to the Jala. Jala is required for the vriksha to grow. So that desires are compared to the Jala, the water. Therefore, Trishna Jala Aseka Udbhuta Dharpaha. Because Aseka is, it is sprinkling. It is from this, the word is from this Sich Dhatu only. It is a present word. Shich Dhatu, Sinchati. So sprinkled by the waters of desires, this vriksha has become Udbhuta Dharpa. It has become huge. Dharpa means pride. And what is pride means? Here, not literally pride. Pride means you show as though yourself as big, great. Here, vriksha becomes big. Vriksha, the vastness of the tree, is because of the sprinkling of the waters of desires of various beings. Dharma, artha, kama, iti. Even though we classify the human goals as into four: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, and within dharma, within kama, within artha, there are many are there, varieties are there. Ultimately, there is a wanting dharma or kama or this artha. Moksha is later, but all the desires, it can be categorized into any one of this. Therefore, these the waters are given by the dharmarthi, kamarthi, moksharthi, the pranis. The water for the vriksha to grow is provided by the pranis who are dharmarthi, kamarthi, artharthi. So the desires of these people, they are like the water which are sprinkled for in this vriksha to grow. Then the next line, Buddhindriya Vishaya
Buddhindriya Vishaya
Pravala Ankuraha. Ankuraha is throat. Pravala Ankuraha is the offshoots, that is the branches. Pravala Ankura is branches. The branches, this Ashwatha Vriksha, this Samsara Vriksha, which is compared to Ashwatha, having so many branches. And the branches are compared to the Buddhindriya, that is Jnanendriya. Buddhindriya or the Jnanendriya. The Jnanendriya means the organs of perception. What do they perceive? Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. So, buddhindriya vishaya. The vishaya of the buddhindriya, that is shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, they are the pravala ankuraha. So, not the buddhindriya, buddhindriya vishaya. Buddhindriya, that is jnanendriyas are there, for which the vishayas are shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. The world consisting of only these five, and we are provided with the five indriyas for having transaction. With the five indriyas, we operate in the world, and the world also has got these five properties, objects of the world, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Therefore, there is an interaction. And this vishaya, that is shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, they are compared to the pravala ankuraha, that is the offshoots. Because they are there, therefore the transaction, therefore the karma, therefore the karma pala. Karma pala is the fruits and the leaves, etc. All they are going to come. Then the next line, Shruti Smriti Nyaya Vidyopadesha Palashaha.
Shruti
Shruti
Smriti
Smriti
Nyaya
Nyaya
Vidyopadesha
Vidyopadesha
Palashaha.
Palashaha.
Palasha means the leaves. There is a tree also, Palasha Vriksha. Palasha Vriksha is a Palasha Vriksha or this Bata Vriksha. These their twigs are used for doing homa. So, but here the Palasha means the leaves. What are the leaves of this Samsara Vriksha? Shruti, Smriti, Nyaya, Vidya, Upadesha. Shruti is the Veda. Shruti is the Veda. Smriti is all the Smaryate iti Smritihi. So if Shruti is primary, then Smriti is secondary. Secondary Shastrams. So Shruti, Smriti, and Nyaya. Nyaya here it is not the Nyaya Darshanam, it is the logic, the Mimamsa, etc. All these are the Nyaya. So it's only mentions, Acharya only mentions Shruti, Smriti, Nyaya, by which we can bring all the other bodies of knowledge. Vidya Upadesha. Vidya Upadesha is Vidya Sthana, that is the bodies of knowledge. That which gives, that which teaches knowledge. So the knowledge which are given by Shruti, Smriti, and Nyaya. What are they? Chatur Vedaha, 4 Vedas, and Vedangas are there. Vedangani, Shatu, 6 Vedangas. You know, you have seen in Mundaka, 6 Vedanga, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakranam, Niruktam, Chandas, and Jyotisham, iti 6 Vedangas. So, 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas. Then Mimamsa, Nyaya, Dharma Shastra, and Purana. Plus 4. The 14 are called Vidyasthana. And there are Upavedas also. Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, Gandharva Veda. Iti. Then one more is there. Upaveda, Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, Gandharva Veda. One more is there. So there are 18. Totally there are 18 Vidyasthana, 18 bodies of knowledge. So these 18 bodies of knowledge are called this 18 Artha Shastra. Okay, Artha Shastra. One more is there, Artha Shastra. Artha Shastra is this economy, dealing with economy. That Upaveda, one of the Upaveda. Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Artha Shastra. All these are called Vidyasthana, Vidyasthanani, by which only the knowledge is gained. The primary Shastram is Shruti. So these are called Vidyasthana. And these are compared to the Palasha, the leaves, the Parnani of the trees. All these are Apara Vidya only. Yaya para adigamyate, that by which, that is by the Veda, by which the Parabrahma is understood. That Vidya is called Paravidya. Yaya para yayate, that Paravidya. All these are Aparavidya. So all the Vidyas are dealing with Dharmartha Kama Moksha, not Moksha, Dharmartha Kama Purushartha only. For Moksha, that through the Veda, that to Vedanta, Uttara Mimamsa, by which Para Brahma is understood, understanding is gaining. That is called Paravidya. So here, since we are talking about Samsara Vriksha, and it has got the leaves, the Palasha, therefore here, when we say Shruti also is one of the Vidyasthana, the Vidyopadesha, it means it is as Aparavidya, not Paravidya, as Aparavidya, it is one of the Vidyopadesha. Paravidya, when we say, even Upanishad is also, even the Upanishad also is Aparavidya only. The meaning of the words, the understanding of the meaning of the words is called Paravidya. As words, it's only Aparavidya. So therefore, all the 18 Vidyasthanas, they are Aparavidya because they are committed to help the jivas by offering them this dharma, artha, kama, purushata, and jivas are also interested. They are also interested in this, and this vidyasthana, the bodies of knowledge also meant for that purpose. And they are compared to palasha. Palasha is the leaves. In Gita also, we have seen that Bhagavan Krishna says, Chandamsi yasya paranani yastam iti Chandamsi yasya parnani yasya samsara vrikshasya parnani Chandamsi. Chandamsi is Vedamsi. Veda means, again, there we have to bring all the Vidyasthanani, all the 18 Vidyasthana. They are compared to the leaves. Aparavidya. Aparavidyas are many. That is why the leaves of a tree are not countable. They are innumerable. Therefore, Aparavidyas are many. Paravidya is only one. Paravidya being many, Paravidya is only one, by which only moksha is gained. And the leaves of the vriksha are many. Therefore, they are compared to Aparavidya. It's all the imagination of the Bhashyakara. The next line. Yajnadana tapa adi.
Yajnadana tapa adi.
Aneka kriyasu pushpaha.
Aneka kriyasu pushpaha.
This samsara, this Ashwatha vriksha, samsara vriksha, Ashwatha vriksha has got flowers, supushpaha, beautiful flowers, in the form of the actions. The actions are compared to. The actions are compared to the activities, the karma are compared to the flowers. What karma? Flower is fragrant and it looks beautiful. Therefore, good karmas are pointed out. Yajna. Yajna is either it is the Panchamaha Yajna or it is just a Yajna. Then Dana. Dana is reaching out action. Tapa. Tapa is tapas, penance, austerities. All this. Adi Padat we can bring in various other good actions. They are compared to Supushpaha. Why Supushpaha? There is no Pushpa is Napumsakalinga. There is no Pushpaha, the word. Pushpaha is Pullinga word. But Pushpa cannot be a Pullinga. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani only Napumsakalinga only. How can it be a Supushpaha? It should be Supushpani, but here it is qualifies samsara vrikshaha. Vrikshaha is Pullinga. Therefore, vriksha is qualified by all these words. These are the description of the samsara vriksha. Vriksha is Pullinga. Therefore, Supushpaha is a Bahuvrihi Samasa. In Bahuvrihi Samasa, the change of gender is possible. Since the Visheshana is Pullinga, therefore the Visheshya, the qualifier, the adjectives are also Pullinga, in keeping with the gender of the Visheshana. So, Yajnadana Tapa Adi Kriya Pushpani Iva Pushpani Yasya Vrikshasya Samsara Vrikshasya. Therefore, Yajnadana Tapa Adi Aneka Kriya Supushpaha iti. The next line. Sukha Dukkha
Sukha Dukkha
Sukha Dukkha Vedana
Sukha Dukkha Vedana
Aneka Rasaha
Aneka
Rasaha
Prani Upajivya Ananta Palaha.
Prani
Prani
Upajiva
Upajiva Ananta
Palaha.
Palaha.
I think from here we have to read.
Yes, Guru.
Sukha Dukkha Vedana Vedana Aneka Rasaha Prani. I split and read Pranyupajivyananta Palaha is there. So here also Phala is Napumsakalinga. Palam Pale Palani. But Palaha is there. It qualifies Vriksha. Vriksha is Pullinga. Therefore Palaha. So the Samsara Vriksha, flowers are there. From flowers, what will come? Fruits will come. And the fruits will be having taste. So, therefore, the karma will have karma pala. The various results of karma, the karma pala, and there are many pranis, many jivas. They do various karma, and therefore various karma pala will be there, and the samsara vriksha has got many fruits. And one of the few karmas are mentioned, yajnadana tapa iti. So, and this karma could be a good karma, bad, or otherwise karma, papa karma. Therefore, the result could be sukham or dukkham. Therefore, sukha dukkha vedana aneka rasaha. Rasaha is the taste. The taste is the experience. It's a experience. So the results of the experience of karma pala, which is in the form of sukha dukkha, that experience like pleasure and pain. The experience like pleasure and pain, that of the karma pala, karma done by the jivas. So therefore, this prani has done various karma, and therefore karma pala, and the karma pala in the form of the experience that is compared to the taste of the fruit, and the experience in the form of sukha or dukkha anubhava. Sukha dukkha anubhava. And this karma pala is prani upajivya. Upajivyate iti upajivya. That which is dependent on is called upajivya. That is upajivya. The word is from the jiv dhatu. That which is dependent on, that which has got dependency. That which is dependent on is called upajivya. Upajivya is that which is dependent. So, the word upajivya and upajivya. We have to upajivya and upajivyate iti upajivya, that which is dependent on. Upajivi and upajivya. Upajivya is that upon which the person is dependent. Upajivi is that person, the dependent person. So two things are there. Upajivi, upajivya. Upajivi referring to the person who is dependent. Upajivya is that upon which the person is dependent. So prani upajivya means this various, the results of actions are there upon which this upajivi, the jivas, the beings are dependent. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, prani upajivya ananta palaha. This upajivi, the praninaha, they are dependent on the phala, and the palas are how many? Ananta palaha, because many jivas are there and various karmas are they do. Therefore, ananta palaha, many fruits are there. Fruits is karma pala, and here pala is referring to the literally the fruit. It can be referring to the fruit of the tree or the karma pala of the karma done by the prani, upon which the upajivi, the prani is dependent. They enjoy the karma pala, and the enjoyment is given, is mentioned as darasa, the taste. The taste in the form of vedana, the experience, in the form of sukha dukkha anubhava. Sukha dukkha anubhava, pleasure and pain. So, the results of the karma of the prani in the form of various fruits, the form of various innumerable fruits, ananta palaha, and the experience in the form of pleasure and pain, and they are compared to the taste of the fruits. The karma pala of the beings or the fruits which are innumerable, and the taste of the fruits, are in the form of sukha dukkha. Vedana is anubhava, sukha dukkha vedana. So on the karma pala only this prani is dependent. They do karma pala, they do karma for what? To enjoy karma pala. So karma pala is upajivya. Karma pala is upon which the upajivi, the prani is dependent. So karma is done for what purpose? Karma is done to enjoy the karma pala. So therefore karma palas are upajivya, upon which the pranis depend on. Who depends on? The pranis. The pranis are called upajivi. So upajivi, upajivya. You can understand. Upajivi is not here. I'm just supplying the word upajivi to make you understand. Upajivi is the person, the karta, the pranis. They do karma, and upon the karma pala, they have dependency. And the karma pala are called upajivya. Therefore, upajivya ananta palaha. Palaha is karma palani. And the karma pala in the form of sukha dukkha vedana anubhava iti. Understand?
Yes, Jia.
Continuing. Tat tat trishna.
Tat Trishna.
Tat tat trishna salila.
Tat Trishna Salila.
Avaseka.
Avaseka.
Prarudha.
Prarudha.
You know where we are?
Yes, Jia.
Yes, ji.
Here it is. Jatili krita drida baddha mulaha.
Jadikrita Druda Mulaha.
So tat tat trishna salila. Again, the trishna, the desires which are compared to the water. So tat tat trishna salila avaseka, because of the sprinkling of the waters of desires. Now, what happens? Praruda jatili krita drida baddha mulaha. Here, mulaha means roots. Already roots talked about. Then what is this mula? This we can take it as the secondary, the roots of the vriksha. The secondary roots. What are the secondary roots? If you see the Ashwatha Vriksha, it has two roots. One is the main root, which is below the ground. Other roots is from the branch. From the branch, you will see the from the branch of the tree, there is a connection to the ground, and that gets into the ground, and that becomes a root, and that becomes a root. From that, another vriksha comes. That is how the banyan tree, it's multiplied, it occupies a huge area. There is a offshoot from the branch of a tree which touches the ground, gets into the ground, and that becomes a root for a tree, another vriksha. That is not a separate vriksha, it's a part of this. So it gets multiplied. In that way, the banyan tree can occupy a huge area. In Calcutta, I think one is there, a huge one. So that is the secondary root. So the secondary root is also watered by the desires, sprinkled by the waters of desire. Trishna Salila Avaseka, Mulaha, and the Mulaha is this correct. Prarudha. It is root. Prarudha is from the Rukh Dhatu, we know. Rukh, to grow. Prarudha means well grown, well developed. Developed by what? Tat Trishna Jala, Trishna Salila Avaseka. Sprinkled by the desires of, sprinkled by the waters of desires. So Prarudha, Jatili Krita, Dridabadda Mulaha, Jatili Krita. Jatili is, it is intertwined. It is tightly intertwined. Jatili Krita. And Dridabadda Mulaha, it is strong. Drida is strong. Baddha is, it is entwined. Baddha, it is fixed strongly. So these secondary roots, Avantara Mula, this Avantara Mula, the secondary roots are also. So this vriksha having the secondary roots, which are also watered by the desires. Which are watered by this Trishna, which are watered by this the desires of this prani. So the desires of the prani are compared to the water by which the secondary roots of this vriksha is very firmly, thickly developed. That here the mulaha is Avantara Mulaha, a secondary root. Then the next line. Satyanamadi.
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 Saptaloka.
Saptaloka.
Brahmadi Bhuta Pakshi Krita Nidaha.
Brahmadi Bhuta Pakshi Krita Nidaha.
So when tree is there, birds will come and sit and they will build their nest. So this is a nida. That is, the vriksha becomes a nida for whom? The nida is nida for the birds, and the nida is compared to Satyanamadi Saptaloka Brahmadi Bhuta Pakshi Krita Nidaha. Satyanamadi, that Saptaloka, Satya, Namadi, Satya, etc. That Saptaloka. Satyaloka, the seven lokas. Satyanamadi. So, Satya, etc., these seven lokas, seven higher lokas, they are compared to, starting from Satya Loka, all the seven higher lokas, they are the nida, they are the nest. For whom? For the Bhuta Pakshi, Brahmadi, Bhuta Pakshi Krita Nidaha. That is nida which is created by the birds. The birds are compared to the beings. Like what? Brahma, etc. Brahma is not Sachidananda Brahma. Here Brahma is Brahmaji. Here the Brahma is also here Brahmaji, the creator, Brahmaji, that this Prajapati, that is also like Yamadharma Padavi, it's a designation. So it is created by the beings like Brahma, etc. Brahmaji, not Brahma, Brahmaji, etc. So in fact, Brahmaji was the first one who came. Brahma Devanam Pratama Sambhabhuva, and he was the first one to create the nest. The Samsara Vriksha have got many nests in the form of the 7 lokas made by various living beings like Brahma, Brahmaji, etc. Brahmaji also is one being. He created the nest because he created Brahmaji. Brahmaji is in Satyaloka. That Loka is created. Loka is created in which the Brahmaji resides. So he is the first one who have created the nest. And the nest is Satyaloka nest. There are other lokas, other beings create the nest and they stay inside. And the nest are in this Ashwatha Vriksha. So this Ashwatha Vriksha, Samsara Vriksha has got many nests. The first nest is created by the Brahmaji in the nest called Satyaloka. There are various other nests built by various living beings. And the lokas are compared to the nest. That is important. Lokas are compared to the nest, the various lokas, Satyanamadi lokas. Okay, then continuing. Prani,
Prani,
Sukha Dukkha Udbhuta,
Sukha Dukkha Udbhuta,
Harsha Shoka Jata,
Harsha Shoka Jata,
Nritya Gita Vaditra,
Nritya Gita Vaditra,
Shvelita Spotita,
Shvelita Spotita,
Hasita Kurshta,
Hasita Prushta,
Asita Akrushta. We're reading together. Hasita Akrushta,
Hasita Akrushta,
Rudita,
Rudita,
Aha Muncha Iti,
Ha Muncha Iti,
Aneka Shabdakrita,
Aneka Shabdakrita,
Tumuli Bhuta Maharavaha.
Tumuli Bhuta Maharavaha.
Now, this Vriksha has got nest. The lokas are created, lokas are compared to the nest in which the beings reside. They live. Living is, they live. How do you know they live? Vriksha is there, the nest are there. The nest birds will be there. What do the birds do? They make lot of noise. They make lot of noise. That is a Maharavaha. So, the Vriksha produces huge noise, Maharavaha. Not the Vriksha produces, the beings which live in this Vriksha, having created nest and making it as a dwelling place, and they live there, they create various huge noise. Tumuli Bhuta Maharavaha. Maharavaha Yasmin. So that Maharava is qualified. It is described. The Maharava in the form of the various. This Maharava, the noise, the form of Sukha Dukkha Udbhuta, produced by the experience Sukha Dukkha, which is born of this Sukha Dukkha Udbhuta, born of the Sukha Anubhava or Dukkha Anubhava of the Pranis. Praninam Sukha Dukkha Udbhuta, and the experience in the form of Harsha. Harsha is happiness. harsha, shoka, sorrow. So happy, there is a noise, yeah, a cheerful noise, and there is a a sad note, a noise which is very sad. Therefore, shoka, varieties of noises. So harsha, shoka, jata, then nritya, harsha, shoka, jata. This the noise harsha because of sukha anubhava. Shoka rava is because of dukkha anubhava. So born of this sukha dukkha anubhava, the maharava, this harsha, shoka, jata, harsha, happiness, shoka, sorrow. Shoka is sorrow. That rava, the noises which are cheerful and sad noises which are born of sukha dukkha anubhava, which are expressed in the form of various actions. Like what? Like nrityam. If you are happy, you will dance. So nrityam, nritya, gita, singing. Then vaditra. Vaditra is playing musical instruments. Vaditra. Then kshvelitam. Kshvelitam is it is shouting. Kshvelitam is shouting, jumping and shouting in loud voice. Kshvelita. Aspotita is clapping the hands. Dancing, while dancing, you clap your hands when you are cheerful. So clapping the dance. Hasita, laughing. When do you laugh? When you are happy. When you are sukha anubhava, you enjoy, you laugh. Then when you are pain, what you will do? You scream. Akrushta, Rudita, crying. All these are varieties of the expressions of the sukha dukkha anubhava. Then ha ha muncha iti. Ha ha muncha, that is shouting. Leave me, enough. That is tortured by the pains, the troubles of samsara. The pranis, they cry, leave me. Muncha iti, ityadi. Bhashyakara presents varieties of noise. One side it is the noise is cheerful, other one is a sad noise. So all the noises and their expressions and various expressions Bhashyakara presents. Iti aneka shabda krita, by the varieties of noise, by the various noises. Krita, they did what it did. Tumuli bhuta maharavaha. Tumuli is this intense noise produced. The intense noises are produced by the various actions expressed by the pranis because of the sukha dukkha anubhava. And the noises are compared to the noises of the birds. And the birds are compared to the pranis. And the pranis, they live they live in the nest. They compared to the lokas. So all these are beautiful imagination. So the noise, varieties of noises created. Then the next line. Vedanta Vigita.
Vedanta Vihita.
Brahmatma Darshana.
Brahmatma Darshana.
Asanga Shastra Krita Uchchedaha.
Asanga Shastra Krita Uchchedaha.
Vedanta Vigita Brahmatma Brahmatma Darshana Asanga Krita Shastra Krita Uchchedaha. That is this samsara tree called Ashwatha. It can be Uchchedaha, it can be cut, it can be felled. How? By a weapon. What is that weapon? Asanga Shastra Krita, Asanga Shastrena Dhridena Chitva. Gita Bhagavan Krishna says, Asanga Shastra, 15th chapter. Asanga Shastra. The Shastra which is Asanga. Asanga means, Asanga stands for Vairagya. Asanga Shastra. That is detachment. So, Vairagya. That Vairagya is because of this Brahmatma Darshana. Brahmatma Darshana. Here Brahma is Agam Brahma, Satchit Ananda, the Brahma, Jiveshwara, that Aikyam Brahma, that Brahma. That Brahma Darshanam, that is the vision of this Brahma, that is only by Vedanta Vigita, taught by Vedanta. Only Vedantena Pratipaditam. This Brahma, that is the truth, the Tattvam, which is Pratipaditam, Vedanta Vigitam, Vedantena, Vedantehi, Vigitam, this Brahma, that Brahmatma Darshanena, this Asanga Shastrena Kritaha. Kim Kritaha? Uchchedaha Kritaha. The Samsara Vriksha is cut by the Asanga, which is Asanga is stands for Vairagya. Vairagyam, that objectivity, which is because of the vision of the Brahma, and that is imparted by the Vedanta Shastram, that is Upanishad. So, therefore, by the knowledge of Tattvam, Brahma, this samsara vriksha can be cut. Cut means not literally cut. That is, you can be free. You can gain moksha. You can be free. That is all krita uchchedaha, uprooted. The samsara vriksha can be uprooted. That is, ajnanam can be completely uprooted. How? In the wake of jnanam. What jnanam? Brahma jnanam. And that is taught by Vedanta Shastram. Okay. So, Yeshaha samsara vrikshaha
एषः संसारवृक्षः
Ashvattaha
अश्वत्थः
Ashvattavat
अश्वत्थवत्
Kama Karma Vaterita
कामकर्म वातेरित
Nitya Prachalita Svabhavaha.
नित्यप्रचलित स्वभावः.
Yes. This samsara, Yeshaha samsara vrikshaha, this samsara vriksha, Yeshaha samsara vrikshaha, the samsara vriksha, which is called Ashvattha vriksha. Na Shvaha Tishtati iti Ashvaha. The word Ashvattaha, that which doesn't stay tomorrow, that's called Ashvattaha. It is unstable. It is impermanent. Drishta Nashta Subhavaha, this samsara vrikshaha. And that Bhashyakara says Ashvattavat, this Ashvatta vriksha, this Ashvattaha, this samsara vrikshaha is called Ashvattaha. Ashvattavat, like Ashvatta, like Ashvatta vriksha, Kama Karma Vaterita Nitya Prachalita Svabhavaha. It is shaken. Prachalita Svabhavaha. It is shaken by the Vata. Vata is the wind. Wind of what? Kama Karma. This desire, Kama is desire, Karma is the action. So, Kama Karma are the Vata. By that, Irita, by that shaken. Therefore, Nitya Pracharitaha, it is of always unsteady nature. The samsara vriksha is not steady because it is shaken by the kama, the desires, and by the action, the karma. Therefore, Nitya Pracharita Subhavaha. That Subhava, the nature of the vriksha, is always Prachalita. It is shaky. It is shaken by what? Shaken. Irita. Irita is shaken. Shaken by what? By the Vata, by the wind. Wind of what? Wind of karma and kama. Kama and karma. Kama, karma are compared to the wind. By the wind, this samsara vriksha is prachalitam. It is shaken. And that is the swabhava of this Ashvatta vriksha. The samsara vriksha is Ashvatta, like Ashvatta tree. The samsara vriksha is easily shaken by the strong wind of karma and kama. That is the meaning. Let us complete this paragraph. Next line. Swarga naraka tiryat preta dibihi
स्वर्ग नरक तिर्यक् प्रेतादिभिः
शाखाभिहि
शाखाभिः
अवाक्षाकः
अवाक्षाकः
Avakshakaha is the branches which are downward. What are the branches? They say the branches are in the form of Swarga, Swarga is Swargaloka, Naraka, Tiryak, Pretadibihi. So all these are the different branches. Shaka Bihi, Shaka Bihi. So the different branches, Avakshakaha, the branches which are down in the form of Swargaloka, Narakaloka, Tiryak. Tiryak Loka is animal world. Pakshaloka. And Pretadi. Preta means the world of the Loka of Preta. Preta is the beings which are not in the physical form. They are not in the, they are only Sukshma Sharira. That is the pranis, the jivas which have left the body. That's called Preta Shariram. They get a new Shariram called Preta Shariram. So, therefore, this samsara vriksha which has got this avakshakaha, the branch, the downward branches, and like what? Like this Swarga, Naraka, Pashuloka, the Pretaloka, etc. These are compared to the avakshakaha. Shaka meaning branches. Avak means down. So, therefore, all these are the branches down are compared. The branches down, and the tree has got the branches downward, avakshakaha, and the branches in the form of this various lokas. Sargaloka, Narkaloka, Tiryak Loka, Preta Loka, etc. Then the next line. Sanatanaha
सनातनः
Anadivat
अनादिवत्
Chiraf Pravrittaha.
चिरप्रवृत्तः
This Vriksha, Samsara Vriksha is Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means what? Sanatanaha means that which is there, which continues to stay. Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha, which is there for a long time, continuing for a long time. Sanatanaha. Why? Because it is Anadimat. It doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't have a beginning. Therefore, it is Chiram Pravrittaha. The Samsara Vriksha continues for a long time and doesn't have a beginning. How can you say this is beginningless? This Samsara Vriksha, how can be beginning? Because the Samsara Vriksha this Samsara is a cycle. Therefore, when it is a cycle, where is the beginning? Where is the end? The end is only by Jnana, but beginning you cannot find it. Similarly, in the Vriksha itself, Ashwatha Vriksha itself, when the Ashwatha tree becomes very old, the main root, it's very difficult to find which is the main root, because the offshoots, they look like a main branch, the offshoots, and they look like the main roots. So it's very difficult to see which is the root. Where is the beginning of the Vriksha? Similarly, here also for Samsara Vriksha, for Samsara being a cycle, the cycle, which is the Adi, which is the Anta. So therefore, it has no beginning. Therefore, Anadimat. Adihi na vidyate yasya. Anadihi. Doesn't have a beginning. And it is there for a long time. Sanatana. Sanatana means continuing for a long time. When did samsara, when this started, we cannot ask. It is there since long time. Doesn't have a particular time, fixed time to say this is when it began, we cannot say. And because it is a cycle, therefore, it doesn't have a beginning. Therefore, Anaditvat. Sanatana. Why it is Sanatana? Bhashyatara says Anaditvat. The hetu is given. Anaditvat. Because it doesn't have a beginning. Therefore, it continues for a long time. Chirap Pravrittaha. It is Pravrittaha. Chirap Pravrittaha. It is continues. Chiraha. Chiraha is long. Chiranjeevi and all we say. Chiraha. Chirap Pravrittaha. Being there for a long time. Sanatanaha. The word is there in the Moolam. the mantra, the word Sanatanaha is there. The meaning of the word Sanatanaha is Chirapravrittaha. Why it is Chirapravrittaha? Because it is Anadimatva, because it doesn't have a beginning, beginninglessly, it is there. Therefore, it is there for a long time. That is the meaning of the word Sanatanaha. Yeshaha Ashpataha Sanatanaha Chirapravrittaha. Sanatanaha is equal to Chirapravrittaha. So we'll stop here. We'll continue. We'll continue the next paragraph, the last paragraph of this mantra, the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Prabhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.